We're live on Lunch Break Live with the extraordinary Seyka and her husband, Brian. He's an aerospace engineer. You are a...
Well, we own our own aerospace headhunting and people operations consulting company.
Wow. And you are using all these incredible ingredients today to make...
a VLT, which is a vegan BLT. We're making it with Tempeh, which is an incredibly nutritious and delicious fermented soy product. It has prebiotics. It's got many vitamins and nutrients in it. Really, really awesome food.
Let's get cooking. And we've even got the vegan mayonnaise from Hellman's. Wow.
So you guys are going to be so impressed with how easy this recipe is. Babe, will you go ahead and slice these tomatoes? Get them ready for the sandwich.
Well, the husband, who's the aerospace engineer / tomato slicer. I like that.
That's right.
All right.
And
very
then
good.
We're going to, may I use this one?
You use whatever you want.
Okay,
Mi casa es su casa.
Amazing. So I'm just going to add a little bit of olive oil to a pan over
Okay.
here. And then my tempeh is nice and sliced, ready for frying. So my goal with frying this tempeh is going to be to get it nice and crispy on the outside, and then it's going to leave its kind of natural chewy texture on the center, getting us right into that bacon.
Are you heading to the stove? Wait, let me get there. Right here. Sorry. I'm going to go over this way.
Yeah.
What are you looking for? We're going to put it on the stove.
I need like a little grabber. Here we go.
Oh,
Perfect.
here we go.
I found
Okay,
it.
there we go. All right.
Perfect.
By the way, that's a very clean pan. I just burn everything. That's my MO.
I do the same thing. No
Okay,
problem.
there we go. So we put the tempeh. Now, where'd you get this tempeh?
This one I just got from Trader Joe's.
Okay,
and
wonderful.
Almost everything that we're using today you can get from Trader Joe's, except for the liquid aminos, which is an
well, you
awesome
know what? That you can get at any health food store. Liquid aminos is an alternative to soy sauce, but you could use soy sauce if you had to.
That's right.
Or tahini.
Tahini.
You know, tahini dress. Not tahini. What do you call it? It's a similar to soy sauce.
Okay.
Okay.
Don't use tahini
Enough
on
said.
this recipe.
I will let you
That's
do
okay.
the recipe.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not
So,
tahini. I like your reaction. You were like, tahini.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
really?
Yeah, learn something new every day.
What is it? Tamari?
Tamari.
That's it.
What it was.
Tamari.
There
That's
we
what
go.
Yes. Okay, so here we go. So this is just plain old oil.
Yep.
Nothing else.
Nothing else. Right now, I just want to get the texture of the tempeh to be exactly how we want it. You can make these slices longer, so for people who are used to eating bacon, it looks similar to what you used to have, but of course now it's much healthier and no animals are harmed, so that's always a huge benefit when you're eating. We also are going to use...
What I like about the fact is you're individually placed them on now. Jane would throw just all of them right on. And I like the fact that you're neat and you're organized.
You know, at home I might do that, but I was like, I'm filming it, you know? Gotta get them on the right angle.
This is fabulous. And these are tempeh strips that were purchased at Trader Joe's.
And it does come kind of in a brick, but I sliced them to get them into this shape.
Yeah, okay, look at that. That's absolutely beautiful.
So
there we go.
This recipe, if you find kind of a bacon recipe online, a lot of people would use maple syrup or an agave or just some sugar in it. I don't like to add processed sugars into our foods. Nothing against them. They just don't make me feel wonderful.
Yeah.
So I always prefer to use whole fruit.
Pineapple
fruit juice.
slices. I love that. Okay.
Right? So that way it just feels better to
Yeah,
me.
sure.
I think it tastes better.
Then
so
when
that's what
does
we're
that
using
come
instead.
on?
So while this is getting nice and toasty, I'm going to let it get browned on one side, and we're going to mix up the sauce that we're going to put
Got
on.
it. Eddie Ma says hi and loves
Eddie.
you.
Oh, boy,
loves you guys.
We love Eddie so
Okay,
much.
and
He's incredible.
yes. And what I love is you guys, you travel the world promoting a plant-based diet, but you're also working very hard because you're an engineer, an aerospace engineer, and you're a headhunter.
Yep.
Wow. Okay, so this is the sauce.
This is the sauce. So it's really simple. Now, for people who aren't familiar with Bragg's Liquid Aminos, really healthy, really delicious. I've got a whole blog on why I love Bragg's Liquid Aminos.
Yeah.
But it's also very salty. So if you're using it, you don't have to add any other salt. It serves as that.
Be careful, Brian. Check that out because that's an electric stove. It gets hot extremely fast.
It looks
and
like
it
it's
can
doing
burn.
pretty good.
Okay, it can burn pretty quickly. There's some knives and some all sorts of utensils over there so you don't burn your fingers.
Perfect.
Okay, so there you go. Now, so we've put...
Browning, but it's good.
Flip them
Yeah,
over.
so
All right.
we've put the pineapple slices, right?
Pineapple juice.
Pineapple juice.
Yep.
And the Bragg's Aminos. Is that it?
That's it.
Are you kidding me? That's
I'm not
it?
kidding you. That's how simple this recipe is, and wait till you try it, Jane. It's awesome, and you're gonna be like, wow, why have I not been making tempeh bacon every day?
And Alexandra Huff says, yes, she does. She the bomb.
Hi, Mom.
That's your mother?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. How wonderful that your mom is watching.
Yeah.
And we were talking about you, Alexandra, and your daughter was complimenting you on how you've really gone very plant-based, and she's extremely proud.
Yeah, it's so cool. My mom is not only vegan, but she's also an activist with Brian and I, and we're just always, we host parties in our hometown that have
What's your hometown?
So I was born and raised in Campbell.
What's
and
Campbell? Where is
right next to San Jose, so
okay.
Silicon Valley.
Yes.
And we have, so we host monthly vegan parties there. We have about
wow.
40 to 80 attendees.
I want to hear this while we're switching these over. I like how Brian does everything very like an aerospace engineer that he is. It's
Very
all
precise, you
very
know?
precise. Yeah, look at that. Wow. And look how nice and brown they are.
Yep.
So, here you can have the bacon feeling without an animal and without any cholesterol. So also processed meat has officially been determined to be carcinogenic by the World Health Organization.
Yep.
So this avoids that as well.
Yes.
So that's really good.
Yeah.
So you were telling us parties.
Yeah, so it's called South Bay Vegan Drinks. And so we have 40 to 80 attendees every month. We bring in one of our food trucks. We had a Friendsgiving with an amazing food truck called Om Sabor last Thursday. We have it at a brewery. We have two amazing breweries we work with all the time, Armitage and Strike Brewery. We connect with a dog rescue group called Jake's Wish Dog Rescue. We get all those people together and just have an amazing time. So
Wow.
that's what we do. My mom helps with that. And
You guys are really amazing. Absolutely amazing. A lot of fun. So what's next?
What's next? We're looking pretty good. So what we've got these are browning over here. Our sauce is mixed already.
Yeah.
Brian sliced and laid out the tomatoes for us.
Yeah,
beautifully.
of course, very scientific. I can
Yes.
see that.
Yeah.
Your style and my approach is so different. So what happens next?
We can slice the avocado, so that'll be ready. And then we will start by toasting our toast. And then what we're going to do is a special technique to get garlic bread. Now, are you okay with a smidge of spice?
I love spice. I love garlic. I love onion.
Great.
I love it all as long as it's animal free.
Great, I'm the same way.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay,
Yeah.
so the fresh garlic does tend to make it just a kick of spice. As
Yeah,
fresh garlic
I
does.
love that.
But this is a special technique that I learned a long time ago of just on the toasted bread, we'll rub a garlic piece right onto the toast.
Ooh, I can't wait to see that.
It's really fun.
Now let's see how this aerospace engineer cuts an avocado. I'm sure
Like
you're...
you said, precision.
Is it okay to say where you used to work?
Yeah.
SpaceX.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Used to be a propulsion engineer at SpaceX, and then now we're doing our own thing.
Yeah, but you're still doing a lot. You're headhunters for aerospace engineering.
Yep.
And you can do that anywhere. So you travel around the world, you work hard at your aerospace engineering headhunting business, and at the same time you spread the word about plant-based. I am in awe. I am totally in awe of you two because I'm not a good traveler. Honestly, I can't tell you how many people, when I'm in a cab or a lift on the way to the airport, they're like, have you ever traveled before? Because I'm so discombobulated. It doesn't matter where I'm going. I'm in a panic. I really don't travel well. So you guys travel so much, and it's like you just make it look so easy.
You know, we have traveled a lot. We just got back from a 21 country vegan voyage, which was insane. We spent about half of a year traveling. I would not have been brave enough to do it. It was all this guy's bravery. And truly, he's the one who does all the planning. He figures out all the logistics.
You get dressed up and look good.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
Now,
right.
Tom says you don't have to be a rocket scientist to go vegan. But you are a rocket scientist who went vegan.
Yep.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And of course, as soon as he arrived, I asked him to start fixing various problems I was having with electronics.
We're so used to it. That's how
Yeah.
it goes.
Yeah.
So this is looking really good. These are
man.
browning beautifully.
Look at that.
I'm going to simply
Tempeh.
grab a smidge of water,
Oh.
which I'm going to pop in there right before.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
So it's gonna sizzle a bit.
Woo! Oh boy. My stabilizer got all kaflooey with that.
Oh, whoops.
Well, it's okay.
It
It
wasn't
just
sure what
started
to
shaking.
focus on.
Yeah, it's really good. Now, what is tempeh again?
So tempeh is a fermented soy product, and so there are prebiotics in it, so many vitamins and nutrients, and it's traditionally
High in protein.
High in protein. How did I forget that? Of course. High in protein, high in fiber, really great. It's traditionally an Indonesian food, and people in America are starting to catch on quite a bit, and it's really awesome once you learn how to use it. I actually didn't used to use tempeh at all, and then Brian had it a few times and was like, hey, can you we should start having that in our meals now. It's really good.
Yeah.
And that's what had me go, okay, well, let me try my hand at something new.
Carol Hannon says, thank you for the new recipes. You know, we do Lunch Break Live here at facebook.com/Jane Mitchell every single day for the last 4 years. We do not miss a day.
Amazing.
I think we missed like 3 days in 4 years.
So cool.
Now, look at that. Now, that is, again, the combination of pineapple juice, okay, and Bragg's aminos, and the tempeh, which is the fermented soybean, high in protein, high in nutrients, is sautéing in that. Wow, did you come up with this recipe yourself?
I modified some recipes that I found online to fit kind of what we really like. Again, a lot of them call for some ingredients that don't make my body feel the best.
Okay,
and so I wanted to have something that was full of fresh, wholesome ingredients.
Yeah, and you know what? The pineapple, it's the aroma is amazing. And by the way, those watching, thank you for joining us and welcome to our plant-based kitchen. You can see plant-based cooking is a lot of fun. It's good for you, it's good for the planet, and of course, it's good for those guys, the animals. I don't have a shot of a pig here, but you know why? Pigs are so intelligent, they're smarter than dogs. Look at this alternative. So this is just really, really, really exciting. So there's your kind of sourdough-ish bread.
That's right, and here is just a peeled clove of garlic. And so what I'm going to do now that it's toasted, it's a little bit firm and sharp, is I'm just going to rub this onto the toast. It gets this really fun, bright garlic flavor. So you can see it's eating up that clove.
Right. Oh my gosh.
So that we can... It's all going to be on there, so
absolutely gorgeous.
only kiss somebody else who's been eating this much garlic.
Okay. Well, if you both have garlic, that cancels out.
That's
Not
right.
home for us in our kitchen.
Yeah, exactly.
All right,
So
now,
I'm getting these
there
pieces.
we go.
Now I'm doing 2 of these slices, but these aren't going to go on the same sandwich. I don't want to make it too overwhelming because there's so many other really yummy flavors in this sandwich. So I'm going to do this on one of the sandwiches and this other garlicky piece on another one of the sandwiches.
Yeah, and so why don't you tell us your plant-based story if we have a second here?
Yeah, absolutely. Mine, his, both of ours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's yours?
So I've been plant-based for about 6 years. I haven't recalculated it in a little while. And I started off as a very apologetic vegan, was kind of like, no, nobody, it's just a personal choice. Nobody needs to make any changes for me. And once I met Brian, I think it was really once Brian started taking on veganism to be his own project as well, to be part of his life as well. My mom started taking it on in her life. That's when I was able to really step into and go, no, I'm going to take a stand for this.
Wow.
I'm going to speak the truth, even if my voice is shaking, as you have an awesome quote that stands up here in the kitchen. So that was kind of my story. And then once we started getting into it together, that's when we really started moving in the world.
And your story.
Yeah, we started dating about 4 years ago, and veganism was so far off my radar, didn't even think about it or know about it. But then we love to share food, so we'd go out to eat, and of course I would be ordering vegan food most of the time when we go out to eat, or when we were eating together pretty much, and so we could share food. And eventually, once after we got married, maybe 6 months after we got married, about 2 years ago, we realized I'm vegan. Like I woke up and like someone asked me if I was vegan, and then realized, yeah, I haven't eaten animal products in a long time. So for me, it's just a gradual transition, and
how do you
cutting
feel?
things out, I feel great. It's amazing. Yeah, I wouldn't change it for anything.
Yeah, and you?
Yeah, I feel amazing. I feel incredible. I've got so much energy. It's been a common thing that people at work and in other workplaces will comment on how much energy I have. And
Me too.
Right? Right?
In fact, a lot of times they're like, Jane, you have too much energy.
Yeah, simmer down now.
Simmer down.
Like, I
Simmer
feel
down.
great. I got things to do.
Now, speaking of simmering,
Yes.
here we are.
So here we are. You can see there's a little bit less volume in the tempeh, the sauce here, as it's starting to soak into this delicious tempeh bacon that we have here. So we're gonna let that simmer just for a little bit longer while we get the sandwiches ready.
Woo, okay, so let's come around the bend. We can put those together here.
Great.
And this was the sign that you were referring to. I got this at a Veg Fest. I thought it was so cool.
That is really cool.
All right. So now let's talk about this.
Yes.
This is mainstream. This is Hellman's, right?
Yep.
Hellman's mayonnaise, vegan. Look at that. I think that's absolutely, and I applaud Hellman's for doing that. Way to go.
Yep. I was looking for Just originally.
Yeah, but you know what? I think it's great that I love Just too. But there's Just Mayo, there's Follow Your Heart, and then there's this. And this looks like mayo. It even comes in the same container that people are so used to. And look at that. Wow.
Exactly.
Yum, yum, yum.
So
Got some more bread ready.
got some more bread.
And the aromas in this house.
That's
wow,
right.
with the garlic and everything. And Danny Delgado says, happy holidays to everyone. Yes, we're having a beautiful, healthy, happy holiday. And
right.
getting ready for our
wanna
tofurkey.
start?
Maybe I should show folks, just because I'm going to like 3 vegan, shoulder to shoulder. I'm going to 3 vegan fiestas. One is at a park, and I'm going to go live there. One is at my Donna's house, my ex's house, and one is at her mother's house, actually, and one is at my nephew's house.
Wow.
And my nephew's vegan, and his daughter's vegan from birth. So look at this, how gorgeous this is.
That's
oh
great.
my gosh. And you could tell that we're with a scientist and an engineer. Look at how these are laid out. It's hilarious.
Pretty beautiful.
And this assembly is going so well.
Yeah.
And then we put a little, happy holidays to everyone. Look at that. Yum, yum. So let's list some of the other, oh, by the way, I just have to show this because it came into my head. And I just want to show, this is what I picked up. It's upside down. This is what I picked up. Boing! Look at that. Hazelnut cranberry roast. So I'm going to just throw that in the oven. It's actually quite delicious. You literally throw it in the oven and you've got a roast right there, a holiday roast. And I got that in... and while I'm showing you that, let me just show you, don't do anything yet.
Okay.
Don't do anything yet, but I just want to show one of the other things that has really taken the world by storm, the Beyond Meat, Beyond Beef ground with 20 grams of protein per serving, and it looks like ground beef and tastes like ground beef. Okay, so now let's see, where are we here?
We are, so you can see a lot of the liquid has started to burn off. It's starting to get really, this aroma coming off of it.
Incredible.
Is a little sweet, a little salty.
Yeah,
so-
savory and
Yep.
sweet and salty, yes.
So I think
Wow.
we're ready here. If I were making it just for me, I might burn it a little bit just because I'm crazy and I like crispy.
I like burnt food too.
Right? So,
Yes,
but
the Spanish tradition, it's called pagao. Like if you burn rice, you eat the rice at the bottom.
yeah, I
That's
love
burnt.
it.
It's
okay,
very good.
There's a word for that.
Yes,
That's very
it's
cool
called
to know.
pagao, yeah.
Well, I like it like
Yeah,
that. So that's my style.
wow. And pagao means sort of like it's stuck to the bottom,
Yep,
to the bottom of the pan.
that's very
Yes.
cool.
These pans get so, it's like a work of art at the bottom, all the burnt stuff.
Gives it character.
Yes, it is. It's got character.
All the love that's been cooked up
Yes.
in this pan. I like it.
Yeah. Look at that. Wow, wow, wow.
Fabulous.
Look at that. So tell me, as you take this off, how many other cities have you gone to?
So we did 21 countries on that vegan voyage, but before that trip, we'd also done Colombia and we'd done New Zealand as well. Both of those, I was completely vegan, and that was the first time that we started getting a lot of people saying, wow, I'd love to be vegan, but I can't travel vegan. And we were like, well, actually, it's not as hard as you would think.
Sure.
And so we really wanted to share that with people.
Absolutely. And your mom says sometimes the smoke alarm goes off when you're cooking at home.
That is true.
I also have that experience quite a lot. Yeah. So by traveling to 40 countries, you said?
21 on that
21.
trip. Yep.
Wow. By traveling to all these different countries, you've proven that you can travel vegan.
It's so true. And we went to some difficult places to be vegan where the word's not really known.
Yeah.
And when you tell people you are vegan and explain what it means, they say, oh no, that's, you're going to die if you don't eat animal products, such as, Egypt was a big one. And Tanzania and Africa, people were very alarmed for us to not. Here we go.
Look at that.
So
Whoa. Look at that. Whoa, that is gorgeous. Look at that. But you know what? In all those countries, there is a tremendous vegan tradition, but they just don't have the word vegan. Like the vast majority of foods from the homelands of places that everybody has come to in the United States are plant-based. Whether you talk about the Mediterranean diet, the Latin American diet, you have maize, you have yuca, you have obviously beans, you have rice, so corn. It's really sort of this sort of notion that if you really look at the foodstuffs of where people came from, they were primarily plant-based.
That's right.
Asia, my gosh, they've been test marketing tofu for centuries, and they have lower cancer rates and greater longevity. Okay, guess what, guys? It's time. Do you want to cut that one? There's some knives back there.
That's what I was waiting for.
If you take a sharp knife and cut that, then I am going to be delighted to be the taste tester today.
Perfect.
Wow, look at him working like a scientist in the lab putting this together. You crack me up because you're very, very methodical. I can see it.
Yes, he is.
No wonder you were able to go to 20 some countries.
That's right.
Wow.
And we have that all outlined in our blog because I thought, wow, I benefited so much from Brian's brilliance that I wanted other people to get to enjoy that too.
Now, let me ask you, what's your blog?
Oh, my blog is forgoodnesssakes.com. So it's a play on my name, Seyka, and everything we do is for the sake of goodness. So we just decided to make that the blog title.
ForGoodnessSakes.com.
Yeah.
But it's spelled For Goodness, SEYKS.
That's right.
.com. All right, now Brian, we're going to put you to work.
Okay.
We're going to ask you to come around and hold this while I do the taste test.
All right, let me rinse my hands
Okay, we're
here.
all looking. Well, we all wash our hands all the time,
Yes.
folks. And here we go. All right.
So good luck
I'm
not
coming.
making a mess.
I am. I know. It's going to be messy. This is my favorite part of the day. I get fascinating people to come from all over the world and make me lunch.
It's a good setup you have.
It's a good setup, right? Oh my god.
Pretty good, right?
Delicious.
Yes.
Oh
Awesome.
my gosh, this is so delicious.
So this
Wow.
is called...
Oh my gosh. Wow. I would say this is one of the best sandwiches I've ever had in my entire life.
Wow.
This is so amazing. I think it's the Bragg's aminos and the pineapple juice together. It's a great combination, man. Anybody who likes BLTs will like this VLT.
Awesome. So BLT was one of my grandmother's special signature meals. And so when I decided to try my hand at this bacon and I had my mom try a sandwich, it was a really, really special moment that we shared where she was getting to have something that was very special from her mom. And we were getting to share in that moment, kind of celebrating Gami and now in a plant-based way with this meal.
And evolving.
That's right.
evolving. We can still have all of the delicious comfort foods and things that remind us of our childhood that we want. But we just tweak it a little bit. All of a sudden, instead of a pig, you got tempeh, which is fermented soy, and it cooks up just like it. Absolutely fantastic. So I'm going to come back here, and I just want to ask Brian a couple of questions.
Yeah.
And oh wow! So tell me, what is the reaction in your world of aerospace engineers been to your journey?
Oh man, that's a good question. I think some of my friends are fairly open-minded to it, but I think there are fewer vegans in the tech and in aerospace industries than maybe other places.
But a lot of
it's
tech titans are funding the meat alternatives.
Yeah, it's one of the biggest industries that's like so prime for success because the way animals make protein for people to eat is so inefficient, and so we can do so much better with plants. So just by economics alone, I believe that the plant-based movement is going to succeed because of that.
Yeah, because animals eat something like 40 times what they produce as food.
Right.
So you could be working like crazy to end world hunger. Not only that, but like 70% of all soy is fed to farm animals.
Right.
It's
At
crazy.
least 70%. And so, you've got children starving in another country. Why not give them that soy, right? Instead of using an efficient food source.
Yeah.
So as a person who deals a lot with mathematics, you could do the math.
Yeah, meat is sometimes cheap, but it's artificially cheap through subsidies throughout the value chain, throughout the supply chain. But it's not actually an affordable way to eat for society. And so it's cool to see that that's starting to get recognized, and there are new and exciting plant-based foods.
And as you travel the world, do you see the change?
Yeah, the progress is very different depending on the country. Some countries are fairly similar to where we are. Some are ahead, some
Yes.
are behind. But
I would
we
say-
see it
yeah.
changing when the people we talk to,
Yeah.
they know that it's changing. They know that that's what's happening.
I see it especially in Europe, in Berlin, in
Yeah.
London. Those, my
Tel
gosh.
Aviv?
Oh, Tel Aviv
Oh my
is
gosh,
huge,
it's
huge,
crazy.
huge. Yes,
It's crazy.
Yes, and your mom says, I hate that some of our tax dollars support animal cruelty. Yes,
Yeah.
thank you. And she loved what you had to say about your grandma.
Oh.
Well, you guys are just such an inspiration. Keep trekking and keep cooking.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah,
Will
thank
do.
you so much. Thanks
And-
for having us, and
Yeah,
thank you for
thank you
everything
for
that
having
you do.
us.
Oh,
A
you
beautiful
guys
kitchen.
are amazing. And check out their blog, For Goodness Sakes, For Goodness, SEYKS.com.
Yep.
Woo! Bye!